Hello, this is Natasha Newell.
My name is Kiselova.
This is Situated Practice Collaborative Project proposal for our project exhibition meditation. About the exhibition. So the purpose of our exhibition is to provide a space for guided and solar meditation while surrounded by a continuous loop of coded illusion visuals at a very low charge to the public using it. The proposed exhibition will take place in the basement event space at W1 Curates room FLANNELS on Oxford Street. London's an overwhelming city with a significant lack of places for people to relax and reconnect with themselves. I'm collaborating with my wife Katie on an exhibition to create a space for Londoners to be able to relax and meditate for 60 minutes at a time to guided meditation and music while viewing a coded, moving visual artwork.
While reflecting and discussing how busy our lives are since moving to central London, we were reminded of an exhibition we visited created by a digital sculptor, Maxim Justov, which was presented in the basement of the Flannels store on Oxford Street. We both found this exhibition to be incredibly relaxing, but we felt that the space and idea behind the exhibition could be developed if the purpose was for meditation rather than purely for viewing.
When we visited the exhibition, we just felt that there was definitely something missing. It felt a bit like we kind of stayed there for like 10 minutes or so just watching the visuals, but there needed to be an extra added thing if they were able to charge for it. So just the context behind our idea is that we're a married couple, and it's the heart of everything that we do together and alone. Throughout the 2 years that we've lived together, we have had to adapt from being individuals with our own spaces to a couple with a shared space. As introverts, we have had to learn how to recharge our mental and social batteries in the presence of each other rather than alone. Our proposed exhibition is inspired by this idea. As Londoners, we all live in a large city rather close together. It's impossible to go a night without hearing sirens, the neighbour's dog barking loudly, or foxes screeching in the streets. We must find places and situations to recharge in the presence of others.
So I will be coding the moving visual artwork for the walls of the exhibition using JavaScript, HTML and CSS code to create a oscillating blue artwork which will inspire the viewers to relax and meditate.
I'll be essentially producing the exhibition and the ideas behind the exhibition, doing the research and creating the mock-ups and sketches and floor plans and things like that, and researching the cost of the project. My project for Situated Practices, Marriage in Blue, reflects on Katie and I's marital bed, one of the spaces we share between each other. Our marital bed is where we go to relax and recharge after a long day. It's a space where we discuss our lives and our goals, where we meditate once a week together. We have found this place to reconnect with each other and ourselves and would like to propose a space where others can too. Our project responds to the idea of situated practice by creating a physical space and environment for a community to come together, relax and enjoy, with all the intention of reconnecting with themselves while being in the presence of each other. So we've chosen the colour blue for our moving artwork due to the research conducted by the University of Sussex and company G.H. Smith, which included that the blue was the most relaxing colour after a survey of 26,595 people from over 100 countries. Dr. Anna Franklin suggested that the reason that blue is associated with calmness could possibly be due to the fact that the colour is encoded by sensory mechanisms in the eye and brain. I find it interesting how there is an actual scientific explanation to the colour association to the emotions, rather than how certain colours have been artificially marketed towards us. For example, pink for girls and blue for boys. And another example is kind of yellow for McDonald's, for the golden M, things like that, how companies have used colours to market their products towards us. Due to the possible psychological and scientific explanation and association of the colour blue to the feeling of calmness, it feels even more pertinent to create a relaxing environment within our meditation exhibition. So here are inspirations.
So visiting the exhibition, I sort of noticed that the creator used a lot of particles to create this exhibition, sort of like a loop. So there's multiple particles and they change colour, sort of representing the waves. So that inspired me to create my code as well, but instead of using particles, I sort of wanted to use a different shape, such as spheres. And also looking at Jeskov's work, it was a bit too random and too repetitive. Whilst being there, I wasn't feeling relaxed or calm. It was just for view, and it was great, but I wanted to create something that's more, used for meditation.
Because of how it was random and kind of you could only really view it for 10 minutes without losing interest, we felt that we'd like to create something that's more dynamic, that it involves, it's more, you're just able to interact a little bit more with the exhibition. So that's why we felt that meditation, the kind of concept behind meditation within this exhibition would make it more interactive for the public viewing it. So this is Dispersion by Shelley Sherman. I unfortunately can't play the video through this presentation, but please feel free to click the link to the video and view it if you'd like. So this is this visual is a coded visual by the artist Shelley Sherman. It has some kind of metallic sounding music behind it, and it feels like kind of the monster within the movie Venom. Like it's a little scary at points, but we would like to take the concept of kind of a free-flowing movement within coded visual artwork from Shelley Sherman's work. So this is actually another exhibition that we visited ourselves, Silent Fall by A.A. Murakami. We would like to take the aspects of this exhibition which are incredibly interactive. We were all given woolen gloves, and we would hold out our hands underneath these spouts, and bubbles full of vapor or smoke, they would land onto our hands and we'd be able to hold them. There were mirrors surrounding the exhibition, which was very interesting, so you could see what everyone around you was doing, even if you weren't facing towards them. I felt that this was visually beautiful, and although the picture here shows that it's more of a white, the actual exhibition inside was more of a blue colour. There was blue lighting. So we felt that this was incredibly interesting, interactive, and also relaxing. So Kusama's work is very, very famous and very, very popular, but we also feel that that's because it's incredibly interactive. So we thought that we'd like to kind of take this concept that Kusama has mastered of interactivity in her exhibitions and apply it to our exhibition. So this is the floor plan for our exhibition plan. So we thought that because it involves meditation, it would be a very good idea to have yoga mats spread out across the floor. So we have a central cube full of 40 yoga mats, and then on the outsides we have 4 separate areas just holding 2 yoga mats. We thought that these could be used for couples or friends that are attending together. So the blue shows where the screens surround the entirety of the room, so this is where our visuals would be presented. So we have an example here for time slots and meditation sessions. So on any given day there would be let's say 9 sessions, and they would each have different prices because they would be for different purposes. So guided meditation would be slightly more expensive on off-peak times. So between 10 to 11 a.m. it's kind of an off-peak time. People are at work generally. So guided meditation would be £8, whereas from 11 to 12 it's still an off-peak time, but without the guiding, which would be a recorded audio of a person guiding the people through meditation, which you can get on YouTube, you can record them yourself, that kind of thing. So the meditation would be with sounds such as Tibetan bowls or classical music, and that would often be free. During lunch times and after work times, it would be significantly more expensive, so it would be kind of £15 at those times. If every session was full, with all these prices, the maximum limit of people, which is 46, would be generating about £3,200 per day in revenue. Obviously, some of that would be removed because of profit, but we also chose the FLANNELS location because they often put on free exhibitions in kind of with the purposes of bringing people into their store, because you have to walk through the store to get to the exhibition space. So yes, the revenue would be 3,220. We were thinking that for ourselves, for the project, we'd be taking a percentage, so maybe about 10% each as our kind of cut for making, producing and presenting the work. And that Flannels would ideally introduce our exhibition for free as a way of marketing their shop. So these are the stills from the moving artwork that Katie created. And here's the code for the moving artwork that she wrote.
So when creating this artwork, I wanted for it to be like a loop, so it continuously keeps moving, whether it's towards the screen or at the back of the screen. It's a loop and it's random, so it will always be different. It's never the same, and it will just change every single time. So I decided to use spheres, although in the video it might seem it's like maybe like a rectangle or triangles, but it's actually many spheres used. And because I use frame count, there are many spheres that appear and then collapse between each other. So due to this loop variable, it allowed me to control the slow flowing speed of it. So there will be times where you can see the code is slower than other times. So this is because it's random, and it will just change every time. So whenever you reload it, it will be different. So to generate an art piece which relaxed me was something that I found that had to be like in colors. So researching the colors, like the psychology behind it, we found that the blue represented calmness. So this can always be changed, and I used electric blue color just because it has been in 2023 the most popular blue color. And
yeah, it's also the Pantone color of the year, we believe. Yeah,
definitely. So when looking at this, it's just multiple spheres in the loop variable, which creates a sort of shape, different shapes every single time.
So here is the actual visuals in motion. This is just an excerpt because I can't, unfortunately, connect the whole thing to this presentation. And here is a mock-up of the room that it would be in. So this would be surrounding all of the walls in the room, and the viewers would be in the middle on yoga mats, relaxing, lying down, sitting down, however they would like. So just to conclude, we feel that 10% each of the revenue of 3,200 would be an adequate amount. And we also feel that this would just be a very successful way of bringing people into the flannel store. So it would warrant a free space for, say, a month or two. A kind of runtime of a month or two would be enough for this to generate some interest. Thank you very much for listening to our presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.